but science and everyday life cannot and should not be separated. The findings point to a helical shape that must be very tightly packed, with the phosphate groups located close to the exterior and an average of 2, 3, or 4 coaxial nucleic acid chains per helical unit. In my opinion, all that is required for faith is the conviction that, by exerting ourselves to the fullest, we will achieve our goals, the advancement of humanity. For me, science provides a partial justification for life. It is founded on reality, experience, and experiment as far as it goes. You view science, or at least the discussion of it, as some sort of demeaning human invention that must be carefully protected and kept apart from daily life since it is not a part of it. My scientific education has influenced how I think and reason. If that weren't the case, my scientific education would have been useless and unsuccessful. In my opinion, all that is required for faith is the conviction that, by doing our best, we will achieve our objectives, the advancement of humanity. Conclusion: the interhelical phosphate bonds in the large helix were broken by water, and it had phosphates on the exterior. Available protein phosphate linkages. We want to talk about the structure of the deoxyribose nucleic acid salt. DNA. There is significant biological interest in the new properties of this structure. However, there should be no separation between science and daily life. There is no reason, in my opinion, to think that a creator of protoplasm or primordial matter, if such a being exists, would be interested in our minuscule race in a remote region of the cosmos, much less in us as even more insignificant people. Once more, I fail to understand how our faith could be diminished by the notion that we are unimportant or the result of coincidence. In my opinion, all that is required for faith is the conviction that by exerting ourselves to the fullest, we would be closer to achievement and that achieving our goals, the betterment of humanity's lot in the present and the future, is worthwhile. I concur that having faith is necessary for success in life, success of any kind, but I disagree with your definition of faith, which is having a belief in an afterlife. I firmly believe that having confidence in this world without having faith in another is entirely doable. If we don't have any pleasure while working on this, what's the point? One gets cut off from the locals and the environment in a way that I have never known when they are traveling in a tiny tin box. If it were essential to protect my freedom, I would voluntarily become more primitive. Your faith is based on your own destiny and the future of others, whereas mine is based on the future and the fate of our descendants. Obviously, it takes a certain level of faith to believe in anything that religion teaches, but I contend that having faith in this world alone is just as valid as having confidence in another. Your theories are the ones that you and a lot of other people find the simplest and most enjoyable to believe, but as far as I can see, they don't have any support other than the fact that they contribute to a happier outlook on life, and an exaggerated idea of our own importance. Rosalind Franklin, a chemist and X-ray crystallographer, is an inspiring figure whose life story can profoundly alter how you view science and the contributions of women in it. These well-known scientific quotations are appropriate for use and distribution to friends. More women are coming out with their ambitions to pursue science careers, join the male-dominated scientific society, and gain more independence as a result of her lifestyle and terms of reference. Rosalind Franklin, an English chemist who majored in biology and lived from 1920 to 1958, made contributions to knowledge of the molecular compositions of DNA, RNA, viruses, coal, and graphite. Franklin and an assistant X-ray crystallographer oversaw the study that eventually resulted in photograph 51, an X-ray diffraction image revealing the structure of DNA, in 1952 while Franklin was a professor at King's College, London.